Slaughter High ended up being a really good film. It took me a little bit of time to get into it, but once it got going, I rather enjoyed this. This was released in either 1985 or 1986, depending on the source. It's directed by Marc, Ezra, Peter Litten and George Dugdale. It's written by Ezra, Litten and Dugdale, with a cast including Simon Scuddamore, Caroline Munro, Donna, Yeager, Gary Martin and various others. And this starts off with a prank, and then years later, former classmates come together for a reunion, and they're in danger as somebody wearing a Jester mask is out to kill. And I could probably give a little bit more context than that, but I won't. But there is a little bit more information online if you want to know a bit more before going into it. But in general, it's a really solid concept. It's quite a straightforward narrative. It's very well executed. It definitely was slow to begin with, but I'd say definitely by the first half, it really picked up. Once the danger became really apparent, that's when things started to get a lot more interesting, which, to be fair, when it comes to slasher films, that's usually the case. And it became genuinely quite suspenseful with some really great scares. The Jester mask is very effective. It's quite simple in design, and that kind of makes it all the more effective. I really like the design of it. The premise itself is well executed, very believable. The characters are fine. I didn't really care for anybody in particular, but they're all well written with good performances. The setting worked really well. They made a really good use of the space. This was filmed at the Marylebone Grammar School in Westminster, actually. And I just, out of curiosity, did a bit of research. The school closed in 1981, so a couple of years before this was released. It first opened in 1792, which I thought was pretty awesome. So if you want to see inside that school, that's pretty great. Really great use of sound, often building on the atmosphere. We have some quite dark moments, and I do think the film becomes more intense as it goes on, which again, not unique to this film, often is the case with slashers. It never becomes terrifying, but I do think the suspense builds and builds and builds, and that's very, very well executed. Ultimately, Slaughter High is a decent film, and if it sounds like a film for you, if you like fun slashers that are genuinely quite creepy at times, this is one that's worth watching.